All right, I tried to schedule this, and clearly that didn't work. So I was scrambling to get this up and running. Uh, Bear with me, guys. I'm to figure it out. Only a couple minutes late. 3:04. I said 3 o'clock. Not too bad. Let's get right into it. We are. I'll call this day 5 of going live, and I'm gonna get right into our update on leads. Yesterday, Tuesday, only got 2 new leads. Not super exciting. This is just part of what we're signing up for, right? No new offers. We did have one came in as a for sale by owner. It was listed at 315. We'd probably be, I forget where we'd be on it. The house is, I think it was less than 10 years old, wasn't in bad shape. They had a bunch of offers as a for sale by owner would. Everyone thinks like, hey, for sale by owner, there's some pain. You're cheaping out. I'm paying an agent, which that assumption more times than not is correct. If you're not paying the professionals, there's probably something going on financially there. It's worth uncovering it. It's definitely worth, as an investor, like for sale by owners that are high days on market are either so delusional they're not worth talking to, and you want to kind of get that out of people first, or they just, everyone else is calling them sucks, which is, believe it or not, the majority of our industry. It is not difficult to stand out in a sea of mediocrity, guys. Like, get good at what you do, know how to underwrite, treat people well. Always go into a conversation looking at like, I want anyone I talk to have an amazing experience, and I want them to leave me like an amazing review that allows me to get more business. So, yeah, nothing exciting. How are we going to account for this? Today's the 10th. So our spend, total leads, we are up to 20 leads. We've only spent $2,000. Not only, I mean, that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong, but we had accounted for a spend of 20K for the month. Remember our breakdown on that. We have committed to direct mail. Turning on. It's a pain in the ass. Once it's going, it'll be consistent. But like right now, we're just twiddling our thumbs in the waiting game. So like, what's really frustrating is that budget's been spent, but we won't start to see mail go out for 2 weeks. Hopefully, calls will come in semi immediately. Is what it is. That's part of our budget for the month. What else? So looking at this, right? We're kind of playing a game. Like I said, we're competing for the top keywords that people who have some distress and want to sell their house quickly and are looking at options other than selling with a realtor. We're assuming a lot of our competition will typically, ends their budget on like a calendar month for like bookkeeping purposes. So like in the beginning of the month, stuff could be more competitive. If lead flow gets super heavy, a lot of people will burn out their budget. So we're partially playing the waiting game, but we don't want to wait too long, because what if we wait to the end of the month to ramp things up and spend a little more per lead to get some more volume? And then we're also at the mercy of like, we can't control if or when people actually come and fill out our forms and want to sell their homes. So it's a balancing act, but my goal as a business owner is I have to provide my acquisition rep enough opportunity to convert a lead. Right at 20 leads, we're just starting to come into like the realm of like, all right, maybe we'll get a contract soon. I mean, we have offers out. So would we have made an offer on this one today? Here's the killer on this thing. We're not only making cash offers. This one, the situation is it was an non-American owner, moved to the area, bought the house thinking they were only going to be there a few years, ended up being there like 3 times as long as they wanted to. Some friends of theirs had moved to another area of the country. They had gone to visit. They loved it. They want to get the hell out of here. There is some pain, right? There is a problem to solve, but not to the point where they're willing to take a discount. But like, I want to say they purchased for like 175. They're trying to sell at 315 as a for sale by owner. Luckily, if they got it 175, I think it was 9 years ago, they've had some principal pay down plus what they put in. There's a gap in equity there. The thing that we love about this is it's like a 2.85% fixed 30-year interest rate. Freaking amazing. We would take overpayments on that all day long. Unfortunately, not going to work on this deal. If you're not offering creative solutions, if you're just making cash offers, you're leaving a lot of opportunity on the table. Make sure you learn how to do creative, sub twos. That it's really a paperwork thing at the end of the day. Pay your professionals, pay your transaction coordinators. Don't try and figure this stuff out on your own if you don't have a coach or someone kind of guiding you through it. I just had to throw that in there. But yeah, 2,000 spend, 20 leads. We're going to turn things up. It's just what we got to do. I owe it to my team to get them enough leads. And this is actually, I'm glad we're talking about this. I'm talking about this with myself, but I'm glad this came up because it's so funny how many times I have conversations with brand new investors, and they're, eventually I assume I'll have some traffic here and you guys will be in the side chat and you'll be asking me questions. This is so funny, right? We're all guilty of this. I'm guilty of it myself, but I get a lot of questions where it's like above your pay grade, right? Like you haven't earned the right to ask that problem yet because you're trying to solve problems that don't exist yet in their business. What do I mean by that? I mean, I have 20 leads right now. So I shouldn't be asking questions about like, what about this? What if this, then that? Like, I haven't even generated enough leads to technically have a contract yet. And even if there is a contract lying in there, I haven't allowed enough time to pass for one of them to convert to a contract. Now, yes, there is the rare occasion where you get someone who's just so urgent that, you talk to them same day, you have them on contract that's in less than 24 hours. That happens. Those are outliers. Like I said, our KPI, we expect 14 days. If you're new to this business, the lifeblood of your business is your lead flow. Don't worry about anything else. Focus on, do I have enough leads coming in consistently to get a contract? Focus on your money-making activities. Am I generating enough opportunity? Meaning, am I talking to enough people on a daily basis that potentially want to sell their home? Am I having the right conversations? That comes into the topic I did want to touch on today. Qualifying leads. Touched on this yesterday. Qualifying leads, we call it a number of different ways to go about it, but call it the 4 pillars. I want to know what their time frame looks like. I want to know what is their motivation for selling. Again, as an investor, I'm looking for a problem to solve. I want to know what is the condition of the house. Again, that's where if I'm going to add value, understanding condition is where I get to kind of whittle out my price, and not because I'm being a dick. Like, the best thing you could possibly do is know your numbers really, really, really well and have like a mano a mano conversation with your seller and walk them through why you're going to pay what you will. Walk them through your repair estimator and your deal calculator and show them like, no, that 100K spread that you think I'm making, here's where it all gets eaten up. Here's what a roof costs. Here's what new windows cost. You haven't touched these bathrooms in freaking 20 years. Like, they don't look like anything like what the market wants right now. We have to do them. A bathroom costs X number of dollars. Just like start chunking those things out. Show them like, hey, we're going to put this on the open market. I'm going to use the professional. I'm going to use a real estate agent. Their commission is going to be 6%. That doesn't come to me. Here's my closing costs. Here's my carrying costs. Here's, walk them through that. And then they're kind of like, the great thing about this conversation also is something we call scorching the earth. Understand, if you are the end buyer, you're going to be able to offer more than a wholesaler, because a wholesaler is going to have to throw in an extra spread for their fee. Disqualify those guys quickly. Now, that being said, I also wholesale deals. There's some deals we don't like the neighborhood. Maybe our private money isn't available at the time. For any number of reasons, I will also wholesale. But here's the deal. It's wholesale. It's so easy to disqualify them. There's a few tricks you can kind of ask the seller, like, hey, did they give a non-refundable earnest money deposit? Yeah, I mean, those are biggies. What's their inspection period look like? I mean, we're going to get someone walking that property within 24 hours in a perfect world. I don't want to waste time on this. I don't want to waste my dispo's time. I don't want to waste any of my team's time. I want an answer immediately because what do I know? Sellers lie about condition. That's the biggest deal killer. We talked about that yesterday. We talked about 70% of your deals you can expect to close. What we found is majority of the deals that don't close is because even though we got photos from a seller, um, they're horrible at taking photos, and condition is usually horrible. That's why most deals fall apart. So I want to figure out as quickly as humanly possible, am I actually going to move forward in this deal? Did we get it at a price that makes sense? So we'll touch on, remind me, for a future episode. I think because this is a brand new market for us, I'm going to have to essentially build my team out. Having a good relationship with an inspector is going to be super important. Why? Because that's like the best person I could get on site, better than my realtor, better than anyone, to get them to do a quick walkthrough, not a full inspection, right? You want to build a relationship is such that like they'll go through and just give you a quick synopsis on like, hey, walk away from this thing. This thing's, got hair all over it. There's termites, the foundation's cracking. There's all kinds of things happening. Or like, hey, thumbs up, this is good. I would do this, this, and this. Then maybe have them and your realtor go in together in a perfect world. Have your realtor confirm your ARV. Hey, man, I have buyers for this. This price point's hot. We like this zip code. You price it here, this thing's going to fly off the shelf. Again, we're in a virtual market, so I'm relying on my local professionals coming back around, qualifying my leads. The fourth thing is going to be price. If they throw out a number immediately that is, full retail, and we're not basing things off estimates, but call it, if you're within 10% of like what the Zestimate is, calls that full retail. I want to know quickly so I could be like, I'll pull back. Hey, we may not be a fit for this. Why don't you just list it on the market? Like one of my favorite questions. Why don't you just list it on the market? Let them just unload, tell us all the reasons that it doesn't make sense for them to list it on the market. That's where we start uncovering the motivation. And that being said, referrals to agents, another part of your power team. Don't have one yet. I'll go a little deeper into how I personally like to build an agent relationship. I'm not going to build agent relationships until I have a property under contract that we're actually going to flip. Logic being, I want to come with value. I want to always be adding value to anyone I communicate with. So what is my value to an agent? I'm going to call them up. Hey, I saw you sold a property in this zip code or on this street or in this neighborhood or whatever. I'm an out-of-state investor. I have one that I'm going to be selling in the next few months. Are you looking for more listings? Something to that extent. I'm going with like, here, Mr. Agent that I don't know. I know you don't have any reason to trust me, but I own a home and I want it listed. I'm giving you the opportunity to do it. And then I'll have them filter themselves a little bit. We're always filtering people, see how they perform. But remember, why are agent referrals super important, and why is having a rock star agent that we have a good relationship with twofold. Number one, we're going to refer them business. And number two, they're going to refer us business. If I'm spending a ton of time and money, like I said, we're committing 20 grand a month for marketing spend. Probably the lion's share of the leads that we generate that actually do want to sell are not going to have the true pain, motivation, price, time frame that like we need to be able to make money. Why would I just throw that away? If that's a retail lead and that's truly the best option for that person, let me have that rockstar agent that I have a good relationship. Hey, if you don't have an agent, I'm going to get you on the phone with my guy or girl right now. Don't leave it to chance. Don't be like, hey, here, I'll send you their number. Try and do that live handoff as best you can. We just have to assume these people are generally not action takers, these people, sellers. Try and make it as seamless and easy as possible for them, but have that relationship with their agent. If you or someone on your team are licensed, you could also potentially work out a referral there. I don't do that, even though I am licensed. I'd rather just keep them fed, have that relationship where they're also going to be prospecting and finding off-market opportunities. where what is my instruction to them? Hey, if you ever come across one that you can't list, tell them, hey, I have someone I think you should talk to. Um, they may have some other options. They are cash buyers. They can sometimes pay more than other people. Give them a call, and then they refer that to me. Because what am I going to do? At the end of the day, if I get a deal that they referred me, they're getting thrown right back to them to list it after I flip it anyway. So, am I paying them for referrals? Not necessarily. Are they paying me for referrals? Not necessarily. But our relationship, we will be feeding each other. Any good agent will see the value in working with an investor. Why? Because retail buyers, buy once and then hold a home for 7, 10, a lifetime of years. They did all that work to get paid once. Whereas as an investor, I tell my agents, if you give me something that fits my buy box, I'll buy as many as you can throw at me. So that's very attractive for an agent who wants a more predictable paycheck. So that is a little bit on working with agents and agent referrals. We're like 15 minutes in already. I don't know how the hell I talk for 15 minutes every day. Thank you, whoever tuned in. I don't know how to find you. I see that there's a little one there, so it looks like someone's there. Thank you. Jump in the side chat. I can see that. And leave comments, any questions. Again, I'm figuring this out. But thank you, everyone who does tune in. And I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully we have a bunch more leads and hopefully we have some offers. I'm really looking forward to getting a contract. Mentally, I was prepared for it taking like a good 2 weeks. Again, we're 20 leads in. If I can crank out another 20, we're at 40. Like there should be a contract in that pile. So we're getting close. We're doing the things. We're showing up every day and generating leads. So thank you. Have a great day.